Hi, I'm Chef John from the Cutting Edge Classroom Cooking School here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and today I would like to show you how to make masa, which is the first step in making tamales. Masa is really made out of a cornmeal mix along with lard, a good stock, baking powder, and salt. Those are your key ingredients. You also can flavor your masa if you want, but I'm going to leave this kind of as a traditional masa without putting any flavoring into it. So the pork stock that I'm working with came from the pork that I roasted. I slow roasted it in the oven and then added some liquid to it, which was in the form of water, just to build up a nice stock. Deglaze the pan, and that's what I'm using to make my masa. It's been strained out, so it's kind of a clear, clean stock. And that'll really flavor it well for the next step, because this is going to be a pork tamale, pulled pork tamale. So the first step to do is to take your lard and put it into the mixer. And the reason for this is you want to whip it so that it gets light and fluffy. That helps your masa to come out lighter. It only takes about a minute. You'll want to shut this off and scrape the sides. Make sure there's none sticking to the paddle attachment as well. Then I'm going to whip it a little bit more. And I think that's good. So the next step will be to add my dry ingredients. So I've got my masa. I'm going to add that in. My baking powder, salt. And I'm just going to stir that up just a little bit, just to combine it on slow. And then I'm going to start adding my stock a little bit at a time until I get to the proper consistency for my masa. The consistency is very important, so that you can spread it on the corn husk easily, but it's not too thin where when you cook them, they don't hold together for you. So I'm just adding it a little bit at a time. And I've got my mixer on medium. And the easiest way to tell if it's correct is if it's got the consistency of a creamy peanut butter. Then you'll know you're there. And you don't want to have any separation in your lard and in your cornmeal, so you really want this to blend well together. So we're going to mix it typically for about a minute. I'm going to shorten it a little bit for video purposes, but about a minute to a minute and a half will be fine. I think it needs a little bit more stock, so I'm just adding a little bit more, trying to get it to the right consistency, which I'll show you in a second. And I think I'm there. So I'll drop this down so you can see. Okay, so this is our completed, finished masa. And it's got a very creamy kind of consistency to it. It came out really well. And this will spread nicely on corn husks, which I will show you how to do on the next video. Thank you. Hope you watch it.